How we doing, team? Listen, I'm looking forward to covering this information with you. I think this is going to be great information. It's really going to help you to create momentum in your team. And I have hashtag growth stock because we're going to relate a philosophy in the investment world with a philosophy in this business world of building your team. You know, in the investment world, if you have a growth stock, you look around for stocks and you find a stock. If this is your philosophy, you want to invest in growth stocks. You buy something for $10 because you think it's going to be worth $30. It's a more valuable stock than a $10 stock that you only think is going to be worth $12. Now there may be a higher risk or may take more time to find that, but the idea is you find one that's going to produce a higher growth. Well, in our business, it's very similar. Each agent can be like a growth stock, meaning the people in your team, the quality of your team, and your ability to work and find people in your team the right way, it creates the ability to create more momentum. So what I want to talk about today, I want to get right down to the business. If this is your first training, thank you. Hopefully you've already seen the Get Started training. Hopefully you've already seen the Comp Plan training. If not, you need to watch those right away. We're going to go through how for you to go build your business and turn it into a growth machine, a momentum machine, a paycheck machine. That's what we want to help you do. And by the way, I just did a recording with Matt Duhane, and I can't wait for you to hear it. He's had a lot of success. This week alone, he made over 10 grand, and I'm looking forward to you seeing how he's doing it from another country. So I'm looking forward to you hearing the things he's saying and some of his interesting stuff. It was a great interview. That recording will be coming in the future. But listen, what I want to talk about, I've already put some stuff up on the board here that I'm going to reference because I just went through this with my daughter Morgan, who's in town from Traverse City, Michigan, down here in Milford, Michigan, and I was going through her how to launch Traverse City. And so some of the stuff I cover with her, I said, you know what? I want to cover it with everybody because I haven't covered it in a little while. So here you go. Here's how you create momentum in your business. It's so easy. First of all, you focus on momentum. If your business isn't growing, you got to modify some things. So here's the thing. Number one thing we're going to do is we're going to sort. But when you're getting out there and building, we're talking about building your agent team now. This is not about client acquisition. Client acquisition is a whole nother training. We talk about that a lot, how to go out there and get clients. So this is not what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about here how to take your client acquisition model, set it here, and then build a team that has client acquisition at the heart of their business and can make it happen. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to open a new market. You want to be a leader in the market, or even if you don't, you're just part of a market. You got to cast a vision. First thing you have to do is cast a vision to the people you're talking to. What is our vision? What is David Allen Capital Vision? We are a business capital provider, but we want to be the premier provider in Northern Michigan, in Southern Michigan, in Florida. Where are you at? Wherever you are, we want to be the premier provider in your area and nationwide. I tell people that all the time. We want to be the premier provider of business capital here in Milford, Michigan, and all of the Detroit area and nationwide. We represent all the top business providers, and we let them compete to give the best deal to our customer. And we love helping business owners. We are a service organization. We want to help a business owner get capital to blow their business up in a great way. That's our vision. So I tell people that. And then you add one little thing, and we're looking for other agents who want to help us help business owners. Are you open to becoming an agent, or are you interested in being an agent? Guess what? When you cast the vision and then ask the question, we're looking for other agents, right? Who want to help us with this vision. That's attractive. That is attractive to people. If you're not saying that, you're not going to attract people who want to be part of that. Here's every great leader of any movement out there, good and bad, all they do is share what they believe, and then they attract people who believe what they believe, and then you got two people out there believing what they believe, and off you go. But people got to believe what you believe. And if they don't know what you believe because you don't share what you believe, you're not attracting anything that's attractive. You want to be attractive. Attractive like a honeycomb is to a bee's. You know, or honey is to a bear. You want to be attractive to what people want to stick to you, right? So cast your vision. Those who aren't interested in your vision, it's okay, they move on. But you got to share it. Some of you aren't sharing it. I remember when I was at General Motors and I wanted to make full-time money in my own network marketing business, and I was believing in the product and I was believing in the pay plan and not making any money. And my mentor, who was making a lot of money, said to me, how often do you tell people what you believe? And I said, well, I don't, because I feel odd believing it because I haven't experienced it yet. I just believe it. And he said, doesn't matter. Start sharing what you believe, and others who believe it will run with you. Those who don't believe, they're going to not believe anyway. You're not shelling what you believe anyhow, so it's not like you're losing anybody. And yeah, you'll have some people who counter your belief and say, why do you believe that? You haven't achieved success yet, or this or that or the other. But he said, if you share what you believe, you're going to attract others who believe what you believe. That's so true. And I started sharing what I believed, and guess what? It wasn't long, and I had other people who believed what I believed, and we were an army of people who believed in the same thing. It didn't matter about all the non-believers. They couldn't stop us. General Motors was only a matter of time before I was earning more in my part-time business, because I had a group of people. We believed, and we went out there and kicked some butt, and all of a sudden I was able to write my resignation at General Motors. So if you're not sharing your belief, you're not casting a vision about what you believe about our business capital and about how we're here to make a difference, and we're looking for agents who want to help make a difference, that becomes attractive. All of a sudden you have an agent team, all right, just by telling that story. So now, here's what happens. You cast a vision. What's our vision again? We're a business capital provider. We want to be the premier business capital provider in this area and nationwide. Big banks, they're slow. They say no. They don't want to help businesses grow. We do. And we're looking for people who want to help us help business owners. We're looking for agents. There's great money part-time, even full-time. You interested in being an agent? You want me to send you my website where you can learn more? Nah, I'm not really talking to businesses. Great. Don't have to waste time with that person, because any more time is pestering them and wasting time. But as soon as I say, yeah, is it really good for businesses? Yes, it is. Let me send you my website, the Partner With Us page. Check it out. If you like it, great. So you send them the next tool. It's either the website or the webinar or the recorded webinar, but you get something in their hands that day. You don't wait for 4 days till the next live webinar. It's Friday. You get them something today, right? Either a recorded webinar, or send them that link, or your website. Get them something right away. Okay, so you've cast the vision. It's very attractive. Now that what happens, you get a yes. You get people who are coming in to this. Hopefully you can see this funnel. You've called them. They now join. Okay, so you've talked to them. They now join the business. Now what you want to do after they've joined the business, you want to follow up with them. The welcome letter tells them, do the Get Started training. That's what the GS stands for. Do the compensation plan training. So, and it's got other things, website, order cards, and all that. But you want to follow up with them a day or two later and say, and what I tell people is, watch the Get Started, watch the comp plan training, and call me when you're done so we can set up your game plan. Watch the Get Started. Watch the comp plan training and call me when you're done, that's the phone, so we can do the game plan. Okay? Now, this is the process for creating momentum, because you're going to see how this all works in a minute. So you've cast the vision, so you've attracted the right type people who believe in the vision up front, who want to help business owners. You got to say, Premier Capital Provider, we want to help business owners to grow and expand. There's great money. You looking to help us help business owners? No, but I want to make money. They don't fit. It doesn't. Money motivated people don't fit. Service motivated who want to help business owners and get paid a lot of money to do it, fit. So cast the right vision. They join the business, Get Started training, comp plan training. After if they don't do the Get Started training or comp plan, so here's a little sort. Join. Do they do the Get Started training? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you add them to your follow-up list, but you don't talk to them anymore. You add them to your email follow-up list. They're already on the company's email list. You don't waste time. They didn't even go through the Get Started training. If you've not watched the Get Started training, you're not an agent yet. You're a false agent. You're not serious about your business. How could you be serious if you're not even willing to invest time to train, right? And guess what? Your teammates who don't go through the Get Started training aren't serious. I won't do a live call game plan with someone until they've been through the training. Okay? So did they do the Get Started training? If the answer is no, put them on the email. If the answer is yes, great. Did they do the comp plan training? So we'll do the comp plan training. Yes or no? If the answer is no, same list. See ya. you're not an agent. So you've got to know how you're getting paid and have the motivation you paid. If yes, they stick in the process. Then, did you do the game plan? Okay, so you're just taking them down this letter. Did you do a game plan with them? Yes or no? If the answer is no, where do they go? Boom, this is the no pile. They didn't do the duplication system. That's the no pile. Many of us go, I'm going to keep focusing here. I'm going to keep focusing. No, that's the no pile. That means no, don't focus there. Email them, encourage them, send one email to all of them at the same time saying, hey, there's a gate. So you promote to this group. You promote, not individually phone calls. That's a waste of time. You promote the events, which are our live webinars, our calls, this thing that we're on right now. So you promote events, okay? Incentives, if there's incentives, announcements, okay? So anything that could be a positive thing that can move them, you promote, and this is what DAC does. We send an email out that's got all these things in it. 85% of these people never even open the email. They're no's. Right? They're not really agents, but they may become an agent at the time you might be wrong. They may become an agent in 6 months. So we don't delete them. We just don't invest personal time on the phone with them. Okay? So, but if they've gone through the Get Started training, yes, and they've gone through the Comp Plan training, yes, then you do a game plan. If the answer is yes, they do a game plan, and I know the board's getting a little messed up here, so you got to pay attention as you're following. This is the cast a vision part. We're going to do that to bring them into this point. They join, Get Started training, Comp Plan training, you've talked to them on the phone, you set up the game plan. Now we're here. In the game plan, there's 2 things they're going to commit to. You're going to get the reason why, and you're going to get their team numbers that they're committing to and their agent client numbers they're going to commit to. So you're going to get the reason why, you're going to develop a partnership relationship, and this is all in the game plan document, okay? You're going to get numbers of clients they're shooting for. If they're saying, I'm trying to make $7,000 a month, okay, that equals a certain number of clients. The game plan sheet talks about it. And then you want to build a team. And so you're going to be approaching a certain amount of people for a team and a certain amount of people for clients. There's an activity level. So you've set this goal. They've got a strong reason why. You know the reason why. That's their purpose. You got to have a purpose-filled goal. If you weren't just on the escape of Longevity Facebook thing, watch that. There was some stuff in there that, man, I didn't know we were going to talk about that I needed to hear that is life-changing stuff. Go watch that. If you're not part of the Escape of Longevity page, be there. We just did that training a minute ago, and man, there's some things that came out of that I just think are difference makers. They changed my life, and I didn't even realize that I was doing them, and then I started sharing it, and it came out. I'm like, that's right. Those were the secrets, right? So follow that and watch that video that I just did. But you've got your worthwhile goal, all right? So you got your goal, their worthwhile goal. You got their client numbers they need to get them to accomplish that, and their team numbers they need to get to accomplish that. And then this says text. They're going to text you their activity each week. So from the game plan, did you get their why? Did you get their client numbers and their team numbers? If no, then you didn't do a game plan. You are responsible in the game plan to understand their reason why, and understand how many clients they're going to try to approach this week and how many agents they're going to try to approach this week. You have to know those numbers. You don't walk away from that game plan without having that. Otherwise, it was a waste of your time. You're not just building a relationship. You're building a relationship that is meant to be productive. That's why it's a game plan. So to be productive, you need to know the goals, the reason why, their purpose-filled goal, and then their client numbers and their team numbers. Then they're going to text you. Did they text you, yes or no? When they text you each day their activity, this is what they're going to text. 4 things. Number 1, my goal was this. My reality was this. What accounts for the difference is this. And what can be learned is this. My goal was this. My reality was this. What accounts for the difference is this. And what can be learned is this. Goal, reality, accounts for difference. What can be learned? Goal, reality, accounts for difference. What can be learned? So that's what they're going to text you. If they don't text you, they've already done all this and did a game plan. You know the reason why. If they don't text you, they're in a different no pile. They're not in the no-go pile who didn't do anything. They're in a no pile that you're going to still reach out to them by phone. Response. They're not texting you. They're not giving you the response. You're going to reach out to them by phone, and you're going to remind them of the reason why. You say, and just put it on the table. You said you wanted to do this because of blah, 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 blah. You also said you were going to do X number of contacts about the team and X number of contacts about the client, and you were going to text me each day those 4 questions: your goal, reality, what accounts for difference, and what can be learned. And you haven't been doing that. Did you just want to give up on the reason why? Is there something going on why you're not doing your daily activity or not texting me? I just want to have a conversation. I committed to you that I would be here to help you. So my call right now is part of me fulfilling my commitment to you that I would, hold you accountable to the numbers you said you wanted to get and those goals. Well, and if you sense at all that they're pushing away and they don't want to do this, it's okay to say to them, hey, listen, if you want to stop doing this and you want to find a different way to accomplish that reason why, I get it. I'm not going to drag you into this business or drag you across the finish line. And then you speak some encouragement. But I believe you can make it in this. I believe over time you'll get the comfort level to succeed. And I believe you can accomplish your reason why. You saw the plan we put together is accurate. All that has to happen is you do the steps and get comfortable doing the steps. Eventually the results come. I hate to let you just walk away because I know you want it. But yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, there's going to be an emotional roller coaster. Yeah, it's going to feel a little odd at first. Everything feels odd at first. But I'm just reaching out to you because I care about you. I want to help you get your reason why. If you're not interested anymore, I get it. If you decide it's not for you, I get it. But is there something that's keeping you or something I can help you with? I don't want to pester you, but I also want to be your support. And then you listen. And if they're still nah, then they eventually go from the no for now to the no to email follow-up only. You don't keep investing a lot of phone time. You're already encouraged. They've already dropped the ball. They're already not fulfilling the activity. But many people drop the ball, including yourself. So give them a break. Give them a couple calls before you start saying, okay, I can't keep calling and investing. They're not doing anything, right? So now this is what happens. Watch how this works. By doing this, what ends up happening is this becomes a no pile that gets follow-up once in a while, and eventually they go all the way to here. If they eventually back out, they're in your no pile that just gets followed up with. But what you do get is what? This is your growth stack. See, when you know that your goal is to get to these people, how do you get to these people, the ones who've done all the right things and they're executing their plan? I didn't say they're making money yet. I didn't say they're delivering results yet. Let me turn this a little. I didn't say they're delivering results and getting all kinds of clients and agents yet. What I did say is they're doing the activity that they committed to and they're doing the follow-up that they committed to. Guess what happens? You now have someone who's a doer. Yes, you've got a doer. Doers are where you invest all your time. Now, you cast a vision to doers. And you'll see we cast the vision I'm about to cast to doers, we cast all the time on every time we do a webinar. Okay, and I'll share with you what you say. You want to say, so this is the vision you say to a prospect. We are a business capital provider. We want to be the premier provider of business capital in this area. The big banks, man, they say they're slow. They say no more often than not, and they really aren't interested in helping businesses grow. Some of them are, but the reality is all we do is focus on giving business capital to business owners to help them grow their business or get through tight pinches. So we want to be the premier one in this state and nationwide. We've already got agents joining all over. We're looking for more agents in this area. Are you interested in being an agent to help us help business owners? Great part-time money. Yes, great. They're attracted. You get them in the business, they join. You go through the training, blah, blah, blah. But we also, in every presentation, we say we're looking for leaders who want to help us lead and develop areas. People want to take the responsibility to open a new market and lead that market and coach and educate people in that market. And those people are going to override areas and get paid significantly. If you're the leadership type and you want to help us lead others, let us know. We call it being a trailblazer or a leader. Let us know. See how we say that a lot? That what we're doing is casting a vision, looking for people that attracts. When I got in this industry, someone said that in my first meeting, that attracted me more than being a business owner in network marketing. What attracted me was leading an area like a franchise. I wanted to buy a franchise at the time, but didn't have the money. So what attracted me was you can build and open new markets. What? Really? So then I was willing to do all the other stuff because what attracted me was the bigness of what this could become. So that's why I share it all the time, because I know had I not heard that, I'd probably still be at General Motors. Or I would have got into a different industry. But fortunately, the person in front of the room when I came to the meeting said, we're looking for leaders to help us lead and develop new markets. And if you are the type that doesn't mind coaching and teaching others, you can override an area. I'm like, that's me. Now, that wasn't most of the people that weren't attracted to that, but it attracted me, so that's why I say it. Maybe it didn't attract you, but if you don't say it, there's people who are walking in and out of your meetings or your webinars or your phone calls or your coffee house that you're talking to them at who aren't really moved by just making money helping business owners. But they're moved by building an agent team of the premier business capital providers in the country and leading and developing other agents and being a coach to go open new markets. That moves people. So we cast that vision. Because when you got a doer here and the doer says they want to be a leader, guess what happens? Well, here's Milford, Michigan. And I'm saying all this, and then a person comes in, but what does this doer do? This doer is talking to agents. This doer is casting the vision about business capital, being a premier provider, looking for agents. It's attracting people who are joining, and some of them are going through the process and getting all the way to becoming a doer. And they live 60 miles away. They live in Troy, Michigan, or they live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, or they live in Columbus, Ohio, or they live in Orlando, Florida, or wherever they live. And all of a sudden you got a doer who's going, show me the way. And then boom, over here is a whole nother system that we're not going to show you right now. There's a whole nother system called the team leadership system on how to lead a local market. That's it. And all you're doing is eliminating all the stuff that you shouldn't spend all your time working with. And you're only finding the individuals who you should invest, the growth stocks of your business. The growth people of your business deserve all your time and attention. These people do not deserve your time and attention. Pretend they said no. Send them in, because they did. They said no to the training. They said no to the training. They said no to the game plan. Or they said no to doing the business. So they did say no. Let them say no. Encourage them from afar via the email system. But find these are the ones you're talking to regularly. These are the ones you're on the phone with all the time. Right? The yeses who went through the game plan. And eventually these people start making great money. And they stick it out and start making great money. And stick it out and start making great money. And stick it out and start making great money. And start attracting by casting a vision, filling the funnel. Yes to get started, yes to comp plan training, yes to game plan, yes to the activity goals, yes to a reason why, yes to texting, yes to doing, boom, you got a yes. That's only going to be about 1 out of 10 of your people. That's okay. You have 40 people here, you're doing about 40 deals a month at $50,000, you're doing about $2 million a month, you're making about 0.5 to 1% of that, you're making 10 to 20 grand a month. Can you deal with this process? Can you cast a vision? Now, if you're not casting a vision, you're not going to attract the people who believe in the vision. You're going to attract people who just want to make a check, who won't do any of this training. They don't think they need it. Casting this vision is to build a team of productive agents who help business owners. Means you got to go through training to learn how we do that. You got to understand how you get paid for that. You got to do a game plan with us. You got to be plugged into the trainings, conference calls. If people aren't getting on this right now and they're doing other things and they're not at work and they don't schedule this time in to be on this live, they're not a leader. If they don't, because you're going to fall behind. You can't. I forget what I said 2 weeks ago. If I wasn't here saying it, I wouldn't hear it because I can't stay up with every video that comes out unless I'm watching them live or watching them that day. So if someone's working Mondays from 7 to 5 p.m. and they go, Dave, we can't get on the 1 o'clock leadership call, then by golly, you set your recording or you go watch it on the website at 4 o'clock when you get out of there Monday and you listen to it on the way home. And Tuesday night, I can't make the Tuesday night training webinar, Dave. Well, then, by golly, when are you going to set up a recording? When are you going to watch the recording? Before you go to bed Tuesday night, watch the recording. If it's 11 o'clock at night, watch the recording. Don't get behind. Well, Dave, it's the same stuff. No, it's not the same stuff. I picked up 2 nuggets last night watching Wade Cordell do the webinar. We were making Christmas cookies. He said, I'll do it, Dave. You can make the cookies. We were making Christmas cookies, and I put the webinar on while we were making the cookies with Morgan and I watching the webinar while we're doing Christmas cookie decorating, listening to the webinar, and I picked up 2 nuggets that I wouldn't have got had I said, oh, I'm making cookies, so I'm not going to put it on. I put it on in the background. I was sitting on my smartphone right there while we were listening, and we were laughing and making cookies and still listening. I've done that webinar how many times? And I gained 2 things out of it. You don't even do the webinar and you're not listening to it. I look at the names on there and I go, my goodness, they say they're a leader. They're not even getting on the webinar. If they're not on it, they're not getting people on it. And then I look at the recordings. Who watches the recording? I can see that information. We can see who's watching the recordings. So I'm not doing this so you feel obligated. I'm doing it to say, Guys, gals, if you're not building a team that's doing $2, $3, $4 million a month in revenue, you're doing it wrong. And so if I'm saying do A, B, C, and you're going, I don't need to do A, B, and C, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you do need to do A, B, C, because I'm saying to do it, but I don't need to. Oh, come on, I'm a professional. I make 6 figures in another industry. I don't really need to listen to that training. I know how to market. Have you ever duplicated a national team, and are you doing what you did to duplicate that national team? No, you're not. Because if you were, you didn't duplicate a national team without being part of the system regularly, using and teaching the system, using, teaching, and promoting the system, using, teaching, promoting the system. And you can't use, teach, and promote a system if you're not seeing the system every day and seeing ideas on how to improve it and being a part of it and being a part of it and being a part of it. You're unplugged. That's the reality. You don't create a national movement of people unplugged. You don't. You could say you're a leader, you could say you're plugged in and all that kind of stuff, but you don't create a national movement unplugged. You don't. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You're not ABC News with 70 million followers where you can say one thing and everyone gets it. No, you're not. So nor am I. None of us are. So we got to do the system. The system is simple, but that means you're on a Monday 1 o'clock call or you listen to the recording. You're on a Tuesday training webinar or you listen to the recording. You're on a Wednesday 2 o'clock call or you listen to the recording. You're on the Thursday night webinar, you schedule around it and you promote the heck out of it, and you're on the Friday things. Yeah, there's a little bit every day, purposely. That's a lot to do, Dave. Not for these people, it's not. Not for the doers, it's not. For everyone else, it is. It's too much. And that's why they won't make 100 grand a year with us or 100 grand a month. They never will. It's too much. It's too much. And they never duplicate a team. So if you're here just to get clients, it's okay. This training wasn't for that. This is for people who want to build and lead a team or make momentum from a team. So it wasn't for people who just want to get clients. There's nothing wrong with getting clients and helping clients. That's what our whole business is about, is helping clients. That's what we do. If that's what you want to do, you can watch all the trainings about getting clients. But this was for the people who say, I want to get it. Now, if you're brand new, I'll say this. Without even knowing your private game plan, I'll say this. You want to get to 4 clients right away. First of all, get to 1 client so you can get the 0.5% override on all your team. Okay? Below your first level. Get to 1 right away, because then you get paid through infinity. Your teams are growing deep quick, and you're not getting paid on any of it if you don't have 1 client. So go get 1 client right away. Got to get 1. Then get 2 right away, so you get overrides even on your group under people who've got 1. And then get 3, because then you get another, then get 4, because then you get another bump. So 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. You want to do that right away as far as clients are concerned. So you get your 1 client right away, then get 2 quick as you can, and then get to 4. Once you get 4, you're going to override most of your group, because most of your people aren't going to get to 4. Most of your people are going to be in this area here, and they're going to do 1 or 2 deals or no deals. You get to 4, you're overriding most. If someone in your group gets to 4, you've got one of these people here, and you don't mind because they're helping push you to the next level, okay, where you get overrides on them anyway. So get 1 right away so you get paid through infinity on your group, on all your new people, down on all those agents that are starting. Get 2 so you get overrides even on the ones who've got 1. And then get to 4 right away. And then help your teams do what I just said. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Help all your team do that. By doing so, you're moving up the ladder to get higher overrides. Now, you're going to have to get 8 and 10 deals eventually. All right? But those will come. Once you get to 4, the rest is easy because you already know how to do it and you're moving. First one's the hardest. Second one's almost as hard. Getting from 2 to 4 is pretty simple. Getting from 4 to 10 is really easy. It's really easy. The first is the most difficult, as it is asking the first girl out on a date is the hardest. Asking the first guy out on a date, going on your first date is harder than your second date, right? Everything is harder the first time you do it. Your first client's going to be the hardest. Your first approach is the hardest. So follow the training and get after it. So that's the plan as far as agents. The second thing I'll say, plan as far as clients. The second thing I'll say is this. Have 5 agents within a month. 5 agents who've gone through these trainings. 5 agents you do a game plan with. And if you're not feeling equipped to do the game plan, be at the game plan when it's done, even if it's done over a phone, and have your leader do it with you. Be there though. Game plans don't get done. If I'm doing a game plan for someone in your team, you're going to be there as their enroller, or I'm not doing it. Because it's a teaching experience for you. Otherwise, I'm not duplicating anything. I'm just doing a game plan for someone who may or may not ever do the activity they commit to. So if I'm going to do it, I'm looking at it as a chance to train you on how to do a game plan if I'm working with your person, as much as I am hoping they turn into a doer. I know a lot of people go through a game plan and don't do the plan that they commit to. Okay? So it's, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to train someone how to do it too. Okay? So 1, 2, 4 clients, those are your first goals, and 5 agents who've gone through and done a game plan this month, within a month. It's a free business. If you cast the vision and share the vision, you'll attract people who want to help make the vision so. They'll go through the Get Started. And by the way, am I following up with you? Hey, did you see the Get Started training yet? Did you go through the comp plan? No. Do you plan to, or is this just not for you? Oh, I plan to. It's just a busy time. Okay, when is it not going to be busy? I'm not holding them, I'm not, putting them over the fire. I just want to know what the expectations are. It's okay to talk expectations. Just like they don't mind saying, hey, if I call you, Dave, are you going to be available? They don't mind asking that. And so I don't mind saying, when are you going to watch the Get Started training? When do you think you'll watch the comp plan training? It'll take you about 2 hours to do both of those. That way you can come with good questions. How long? When? Right? That's common sense. It's you being appreciative of your family's time. I'm taking time away from my family to help people. I don't want to take time away from my family to help people who aren't helping themselves. That's not smart. It's like you giving $100 to invest that you're investing toward your retirement to someone who says, I'm going to go play in the arcade with it and blow it all. You know you're not getting a return on your $100. It's an investment. You're not spending on her. You're investing on her. You wouldn't do that with someone who's going to the arcade. So why would you give an hour of your time to someone who hasn't even gone to the Get Started training yet? I want to ask you some questions about the how to get clients. Have you did the Get Started training yet? No, I plan to, but I just had a couple questions. Listen, they're probably answered in the Get Started training, so rather than us talking about it now, watch the training like the welcome letter said, watch the training like I mentioned you should do, and then as soon as you're done, call me, we'll cover any questions. There's nothing that boils my blood more than it gets the rep support emails coming in that ask questions that are covered in the trainings several times. What's the minimum revenue requirement? It's called Get Started training. Go watch it. Do I need to submit bank statements? Yeah, it's called the Get Started training. Go watch it. That's what we do. We promote the trainings. They go through the training, comp plan training, game plan. You get their why, you get their team goals, their client goals. They text you the yes or no's. How you doing, honey? My wife just stopped in. I love having an office here. Say hi, Marlo.
Hello.
We're going to have lunch right now with someone who's going to be doing some videos with us and someone who helped lean into Marlo's business. So we're taking them out to lunch as a thank you and also to get some information about the videos. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's any questions right now. Having trouble accessing the webinar recordings, all you do is go to the top of this page. You'll see a pinned post with a bunch of references. One of them says recorded page. I think it's recording/DAC agents, but you'll click on that link. You'll have to put in your email. They require you put in an email to go, and then you'll go right in and you can watch the recordings. If you have any questions on that, email support at David Allen Capital. Let's see if there's any questions that came up. I've only got a couple minutes. Matt DeHame's in the house. He just did a great recording. Picked up some great stuff from him. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yes, the funding offices are closed next week. Most of our providers are closed Monday and Tuesday in celebration of Christmas. We are going to be closed Monday and Tuesday from taking calls, but of course we'll still be checking emails and such. But I've told the team, take those days off in celebration of Christmas and then be back on the 26th. The funding offices are closed anyway, but don't be surprised if you get an email or something, but don't be surprised if you don't. And if you email someone, I want them to celebrate and take time with their family, just like I'm going to do. But part of my family is all of you, so I'm sure there'll be times where I check it. But I'm committing to family and celebration of my faith and Christmas this weekend more than I am taking care of people who are trying to make a difference in their life. That's what I do most of the time, right? So, hey, listen, I appreciate you all. Hopefully I know this video is the answer to your success. Hopefully you'll have everyone in your team watch it, and you'll watch it over and over and over and over and over again. 10 personal clients to earn 6.5 without team. No, that's not true, Jay. You need watch the comp plan training. Watch that right there. The comp plan training says specifically you need 3 things to make it. You need 10 clients, and you need a certain amount of clients in your group a month, and you need a certain amount of funding. There's 3 requirements to go above the 4 level. All right? So 10 is just the minimum requirements you need personally, but you also need group requirements. So watch that training. And maybe I confused by something I said before. All right, with that, folks, I appreciate you all. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. We will be in and out over the next couple days. And if you want to be a leader helping us to accomplish what you just saw, then let me know. Email me, david@davidallencapital.com. We'll put you in our leadership emails. All right? Thank you all. Have a great day. Appreciate you all.